Mic check, max spit stats like a tactician. Link breaking plays down, surging with precision. Scoob got the jokes, punchlines hitting crisp. Whole squad on the mic, call it audible blitz. Ritter and gospel. We the chapel of the huddle, global reach, Titan speak. Breaking every bubble from the turf to the booth. Knowledge they colossal. Podcast the playbook, no room for apostle. Titans global, we break it, we mold it. Talking pigskin, the truth get unfolded. Max Link School, we the squad, we the cold. Football mind sharp, taking you across the globe. Max drop jams, X's and O's like hieroglyphs. Link dissecting plays, no time for the myth. School, keep it raw. Laugh till you cry, huddle up. Titans talk, no flag, let it fly. Every league, every player, we dissect the grind. From the draft to the field, future stars in line. Whistles blow, helmets clash, stories untold. We bring the heat like cleats burning through the cold.
What's up, Titans fans, and welcome to another edition of Titans Global Podcast. I am your host, Maximus Titan Fan, and with me, as always, is my good buddy Link. What's up, bro?
What's going on? Good to be here, everybody. Thanks for being with
again.
us right before got the technical difficulties again. No, but thanks for being with us. Little special show before the holidays, but got a lot to bring to y'all tonight. So like, subscribe, comment. Most importantly, get in the comment section. A lot to go over. As soon as Scoob gets back in, we will get right into it.
Yeah, I honestly, I feel like what we were talking about pre-show, this show is going to be very tangent-y for a preview show because most of what we do is not. I mean, what we're really wanting to know is not one game. It's more of an outlook. So we'll get with that. Scoob, what's up tonight? How you feeling, brother?
What's up, man? How's everybody doing tonight? I'm doing great. I love the new intro, bro. That's pretty sweet. I love it. Pretty sick. Love it. Man, I'm doing great. Had a good week so far. Getting excited about Sunday, and let's talk some Titans.
Yeah, I'm excited about Sunday as well, man. I'll be honest with you. Every time I get a little down as being a Titans fan, it is so good to just go to the stadium and watch a game and just be a part of the excitement. Just,
yes, sir.
I mean, just for fun, you know. It's just nice to let your hair down a little bit. It's not always going to be up. Anyway, normal game stuff. We'll go over it real quick. Chiefs 6-8. Titans are 2-12, whatever. CBS, normal Titans time, 1:00. Spread. I had varying spreads on this one, so I think it's at 11.5.
Which is crazy.
Right? Is that
no? No. I've got it at a -3 on the Chiefs.
See,
right now.
That's what I meant. I saw people going for 3 to 3.5 all the way up to 11.5, and I just didn't know what to go by.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously the big story is no Mahomes, right? Like that's what's going to keep that line. Yeah. There's no way that if Mahomes doesn't get injured, this is a 3-point spread. So, let's be honest. But, I mean, Kansas City, they still have a lot of questions, a lot of things that they've got to figure out. So, I mean, it's a winnable game. You're still going to have to show up. You know what I'm saying? Even though this is a home game, even though Mahomes isn't there, like Andy Reid is still one of the best coaches in the NFL. He's going to have something ready. But yeah, no, very interesting that you can get it at 3. I don't know if I'm prepared to take it though.
How excited are you that the Chiefs are not in the playoffs?
Yeah, since 2012, 2014.
I love it.
2014. Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be a different January for sure.
Yeah.
It's and we're going to see a different version of the Chiefs too. It's not just, I don't want to say like one player is the team, but he does set the tone for the team.
Absolutely.
So it's going to be interesting to see the team without their leader, And
yeah, well, Minshew's got a pretty good record against us too, though, man.
That's very true.
He's put it on us a few times. So
I was going to say a lot of people have brought that up to me over the week.
Yeah.
Well, and the big key to the Titans are, I mean, they've got
keep that pressure going.
Like they have, but like the Titans have injuries too. Like there's a lot of people who are going to be questionable this week. So it's not like you're the best Titans team facing a worse version of the Chiefs team. Like you have areas where you're going to have to get healthy and get fixed come Sunday.
Right. Now, I
Yeah,
heard that
dude,
we got Oliver and Restrepo back. Is that right?
they were cleared for practice.
Yeah.
So, they've been limited all week. I've been keeping a pretty close eye on that because I was curious about Restrepo. Today was the first day we actually got video footage of Restrepo. Bryce Oliver was out on the practice field today. He looked pretty good. Femi was on the practice field. I saw a couple videos of him. He looked pretty good. So it looks right now like I don't think they're going to play this week.
Back.
I was going to say, I don't think they play this week.
Right.
Femi might not play at all. It depends.
He shouldn't.
I was going to say, it really depends on how you want to look at it, because for me, I think reps are important. And I think game time reps are the most important reps. Those are the ones you really learn from. I understand the injury concern, and if he's not 100% healed, then I agree with that. Keep him off the field. But if he is healed and good to go, cleared by doctors, then yeah, I think he should play every snap he can.
Yeah, I think you said reps are important. I think valuable reps are important. Like if you're in the game going 60%, 70%, that to me isn't valuable because you're risking bigger injury. With 3 games left in the season, and I mean, he was kind of coming into his own, it feels like, but like right prior to the injury, still has a lot to learn. So I expect him back on the practice field. I would be surprised if they rush any of these guys back. I think Winston's done for the season. I think Femi's done for the season. There's no point. You know what I'm saying? Now, even now with Restrepo, that's an interesting thing too, because do you know enough about him? Like that's somebody you might consider if they're 80%, maybe that's somebody to consider. I don't know.
No, I totally understand that and where you're coming from on that, because he does have a lot more to prove.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't a draft pick. But Xavier Woods, Kevin Winston, and Mike Brown, all 3 got put on IR this week.
Yeah.
Season ending. So none of those, all 3 safeties.
Yeah.
And then we went out and got Eric Hatlett from Detroit and God bless America, Sanausi Kane or something like that.
From the Ravens, right?
From Baltimore. Yeah, both practice squad players. So, and we picked up a guard too from, I think, the Browns practice squad. I don't know. Anyway, I don't expect any of those guys to make any kind of difference, especially this week. They probably will get playing time, though, unfortunately.
But Zeitler's still hurt, right?
Zeitler is still limited as of today, yeah. He was the only lineman that didn't fully participate.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you this. You go out and you pick up a guard. Who are you more comfortable with, a dude you just picked up or Slater? Like, that's something that's going to be interesting. Like, if this – you know what I mean? Like, this feels like
it's going to be telling
the last 3 games. Like, why not? You know what I mean? You have an injury there. You have a spot he can fill. I say you just go for it.
I mean, like you said, you never know. I mean, they're always bringing in linemen. We never have enough.
Let's just go ahead and get into it. We were talking about it pre-show. Cam Ward made some comments this week about wanting to be a part of the coaching search. I think the comments are getting kind of blown out of proportion, but, hey, what else we got to talk about? Right. So I get it. As far as that goes, my opinion, because, whatever. Anyway, I think personally you don't have him in the meetings or anything like that. He's like a dinner, like everybody gets taken out to dinner when they come to Nashville. It doesn't matter if you're a coaching FA, it doesn't matter. And that's when you bring Cam in to have a conversation, sit down conversation, feel the guy out, Don't say nothing at the table, but you feel the guy out. You call me later and tell me what you thought, But I don't think that his opinion is holding a lot of water with whether the coach gets hired or fired.
Right.
I don't know. What do you think about that one?
Yeah, I agree. I don't think you involve him in the actual interview process. It's interesting, like you said earlier pre-show, it's interesting how candid he is just about. I mean, he has no filter, for better or for worse. And that's something a lot of people gravitate to because you don't see that a lot in a rookie coming in, especially at the quarterback position. I just say pump the brakes a little bit. I agree that I think his opinion does matter if he says, I just am not going to mesh with this dude. But I don't think he has any ability to say, hire this guy. But yeah, I find it interesting that it feels like this organization has given him a lot of free reign, or maybe they haven't, and he just doesn't care. I just feel like you're putting a lot of faith into somebody who is unproven to this point. And I say pump the brakes a little bit because there are veterans in this league who do something similar and they're criticized for it. But Cam comes in as a rookie and he's praised in Nashville. Like, we're putting a lot of stock into this guy for somebody who's won 2 football games. You know what I mean?
I agree totally. I mean, he's got a long ways to go. I feel like before he has that kind of pull in the organization. I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe he already does. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know. But like Max said earlier, I think he has more of saying, no, I don't want this guy than yes, I want this guy for sure. So we'll see how it goes. But, yeah, it's interesting how Cam says things like that and gets praised for it, but other quarterbacks say the same thing and get put in the mud for it. So that's kind of interesting to me, too.
Well, here's the reality of that, and this is just the way I see it. But Cam goes on; he doesn't ask anybody, and it's just kind of the same way with my job. Sometimes it's better to ask permission or forgiveness than permission. So you just candidly say, "I would like to be involved in the coaching search," to the media, and now it's out there. So either the team is going to look like they're trying to shut him out of that and say no, or like I presented earlier, they make some scenario where they say, yeah, man, we're going to involve you in the coaching search. We're going to take your valid opinion. And here's the other thing I want to propose to you guys. Who is the best rookie quarterback for the Titans?
The best rookie quarterback?
The best rookie quarterback ever.
But when you say
Titans era, let's say Titans era.
But are you saying the most raw talent, the most NFL ready, the most gifted at the position? Like it's hard to judge that. You know what I mean?
I suppose so.
Vince Young had a better first year than.
That's what I'm saying.
Than Cam Ward right now.
And you felt like Mariota had more talent. I mean, we're not looking at last year's draft with Cam Ward, Shadur Sanders, Jackson Dart. Like we discussed this. This is not a quarterback heavy draft. Now, Cam kind of separated himself with the plays he was able to make, the off script stuff. But this was not a draft you looked at and thought, you hoped you had a franchise guy, but it wasn't one of those clear and obvious dudes. You know what I mean? As we've seen in past drafts. With Vince Young and Mariota, like I think we thought that. And you saw more flashes in their first year than I've seen with Cam.
Especially Vince Young, he had a hell of a first year.
Absolutely.
But then after that, it fell off fast. But he did have a hell of a rookie year.
And to be fair, like, let me say, I'm not opposed to Cam having input in the coaching search.
No.
Like, I think that, like, we talked last week about, who's making this decision. Is it Borgonzi? Is it Brinker? Like, if they don't agree, then what? Who has final say? Now you're throwing Cam into that situation. So in an ideal world, you want all 3 of these guys to agree on one person. But that's hard to do because we're talking about 3 very different personalities. And with Cam being so open, like, I just don't know what the dynamic of that looks like behind the scenes. Are they okay with this? Are they telling him to reel it in a little bit and he's not? Like, I can't imagine Amy Adams-Strunk is sitting at home watching Cam Ward on YouTube saying we ass, and she's thrilled about that. So how does things look like behind the scenes? And if it's not well, if they don't jive, how much do we see that show up in this coaching search?
I think that is going to be an interesting thing to watch. to see how that goes, whether it's a smooth or rocky ride, what gets let out, all that stuff I think is important to watch. But back to my original point, stats-wise, Cam Ward passed Vince Young in like week 10, I think, or 11. This week, if he gets 181 yards or more, he's going to pass Marcus Mariota in his rookie season as well. If he gets, and that will be the most passing yards in the Titans era, period, is Marcus Mariota.
Did he play a full season his rookie year?
Who's that?
No, I think he was hurt, actually. I do think he might have gotten
that's hard to compare because we're not even talking about a full. But I
see. And didn't Vince win like 8 or 9 games his rookie year?
Okay. Yes, the win. Well, look, man, you also have to look at the team around the guy. I'm about to make my point, and it's going to come back around to that. But, okay, so you got that, 181 yards, he's going to pass Marcus Mariota. If he averages over 234 yards a game over the next 3 games, which I know is asking a lot of Cam anyway, he's only done it 4 times this year. But if he does that, I don't know. That's a good question.
I think it's like 130 or 40.
No, it's not that low. It's not that low. I can guarantee you that. Come on, dude. I'm a stats guy. I can guarantee you it's at least 180 or more.
We're about to find out.
At least.
Let's see. I don't know.
Do it.
Keep talking.
While you're doing that, I was going to say, while you're doing that, you know, if he gets the 234 yards for the next 3 games, he will have surpassed Warren Moon's rookie season of 3,338 yards.
Right.
And then he will be the all-time franchise rookie quarterback of the Titans.
With 2 wins.
Oilers / yes, with 2 wins, with rookie with rookie wide receivers, a rookie tight end, and a tight end that doesn't know how to block.
Wow.
And then, yeah, right. What was it?
188.
Oh my God! Sorry. I'm a stats guy, though, man. That's what I live and breathe on.
Right.
I absolutely love the stats, and I eat it up.
And I bet you that's went up over the last couple weeks.
Well, no, 2 games ago, I don't think he threw. He was like 120.
I was going to say, he had 171 last week. I think he had like 114 or 121 the week prior to that.
Yeah.
Right.
So he hasn't had a great last 2 games. And that's what I'm saying. He's only done it 4 times this entire season. He's gotten over 234 yards. So it is a tall task. But if he does, and he is the franchise's passing quarterback leader as a rookie, at that point, will you guys be like, all right, well, maybe the team and the coaches are just so freaking terrible that it's just making this guy not look as good as he is.
Well,
does he have rookie problems? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. His base is a little messed up. His footwork kind of sucks. He eludes the pocket way too quickly. He doesn't step up. He steps back in the pocket there. He has bad outside long field accuracy. I mean, there is some things that I can nitpick him down on. But the point is, overall, not only is his play standing up, stats-wise, but he talks the talk. He is a good leader. He commands a certain respect from his teammates. With 2 wins and a terrible team and a terrible coach, and Bo Hardegree is 32nd in play calling in the NFL.
Whose fault is that? Is that his fault, or is it the guy's fault for not doing the plays?
That's an EPA of play calling. So, no, that is his fault because it's an EPA.
And here's the only thing. You can say that about all these dudes, though. Now, because you can say Vince Young never reached his potential based on coaching and development.
Very true. Yep.
And ownership.
Jeff Fisher didn't even want him.
Okay, so that's the situation you don't want. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shows you what happens when you have a good rookie talent and you don't get the right coach or you don't have the right ownership in place. So, let's hope that. But you can make that argument with Mariota. Now, the difference with Mariota was he was the opposite of what we see in Cam. Like, he wasn't the vocal guy. We wanted him to take control and take command a little bit more. But you can make that argument with Will Levis. Because look, like it was a weird situation. It was a weird situation when it felt like Vrabel had to play him. We talked about how that was kind of weird, and there was
offensive line was sketchy.
The offensive line was sketchy. There was no development. You saw regression when Callahan got here. So you can make that argument for everybody. So if he passes everybody else in stats, that's a good sign for me. But it's how you overcome the stuff you did wrong this year. Do I see development next year? Do I see a smarter presence in the pocket? Do I see you rolling out at the right time? Do I see you stepping up versus drifting back? Like, show me that you're becoming an NFL quarterback, and then I'm ready to take that next step. But to Scoob's point, I've got 2 wins, and he may have the stats, but he doesn't always pass the eye test. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing for me. And I just felt like watching Mariota, I saw more flashes of talent than I've seen with Cam Ward, despite what the stats say. So it could go either way.
That's rough, CJ.
What's CJ say?
He said he don't care. Unless he sees it, he's going to think the team's going to be a 1 to 2 win team next year too.
I mean,
that's rough. That's rough.
We didn't sit here 2 years ago thinking we'd have 2 wins this season. Like we were told it's a rebuild, but we're going to be competitive. And you've been worse than last year. I mean, record-wise, you're worse than last year. I did not expect that. Let
me throw another weird stat at you, or what I find to be a crazy stat. Cam Ward has 2,600 passing yards. The highest, you know who our leading receiver is as far as receiving yards? Chig.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
I mean, he's played the most games now, though, too.
It's like 478 or 536, something around there. That's the leader in receiving yards.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're talking about 400 yards or less for every wide receiver that's on the field, or any pass catcher that's on the field with Cam Ward this season.
Well, when every other play is a screenplay for 2 yards, they're never going to get no damn yards. I hate that. They need to stop the damn screenplay.
Like I said,
but you can't throw it down the field. But you can't throw it down the field because they're either going to drop it or Cam's going to miss it. Not true. That's the problem.
No, see, again, not true though. He has an amazing ability to throw the seam. And the Titans have just refused to put that in their playbook. They have also refused to use the tight ends on the inside, where they're usually the most effective, especially when you have a mismatch like Chig Okonkwo against linebackers in the NFL, and you've got a mismatch like Gunnar Helm, who is a freaking giant of a man that can outball you. We saw it in preseason week 2 where he outballed 2 people. He has the potential to highball. You know what I mean? So if you throw him the right ball, he's going to catch it. And besides, he's already, again, another rookie who's broke a record. He has more receptions than Bo Scaife had, who had the franchise record before him. So now Gunnar Helm has etched his place in Titans history as the tight end with the most receptions as a rookie.
So man, he's one of the bright stars on the team for sure.
So what's the failure? Is it just so? I mean, I agree with you. The play calling's not great. So why? I mean, what's the main issue here? You know what I'm saying? Like, is it just a lack of we're not even going to attempt it? Is it a distrust in the receivers? Is it a distrust in Ward? Like, why haven't we? I mean, these guys are paid millions of dollars to scheme these games. Like, why aren't we seeing changes, in your opinion?
Well, for me, it's about meshing. And a lot of young kids, you see it in college a lot. Even the great college coaches. It takes them about 2 years when they get a fresh crew in there. That's why you try to keep it churning all the time. Because you get a big, fresh crew in there, and all of a sudden, you're not even the same team that you were the year before because they haven't played together, and they're super young. So it's about maturity, knowing how to gel with other people, how to work with other people. Yeah, it's a lot of factors that go into it, but mostly is youth, inexperience, and bad guidance throughout the year.
If Calvin Ridley doesn't get hurt, does that change the outcome of these games, Eddie? Like any of the losses? Do you think you flip any of these with Calvin Ridley?
Nope.
I think at this point, if Calvin Ridley wasn't hurt, we would be so frustrated with Calvin Ridley. And that's the problem, man.
Would we be frustrated with Ridley, or would we be frustrated with Ward? See, that's I don't know.
Ridley, well, that's the problem, man. Ridley's only a 50-50 shot. I mean, 50% of the time he's going to catch the ball. 50% of the time he's not. It's just Van Jefferson. It's the same damn thing.
It's just weird to me that he was a 1,000-yard receiver with Will Levis, but he doesn't have hardly any yards.
But let's remember, he was brought in to be a number 2. Like, Ridley was not brought here. Originally, he was not brought here to be a number 1 receiver.
Correct, Mundo.
It was DeAndre Hopkins and it was Calvin Ridley. That was
that $90 million contract made him a number 1.
And I agree. And that's a roster decision that they're having to live with. Now, you free a lot of that up next year. I don't think Ridley is on this team next year, but I mean, there's something to be said for that. So, I mean, I agree. I don't think he flips any of the games with him being there, but I do think it could give Cam Ward a better chance to develop because he has that receiver that's been in the league that can tell him what he's seeing, that he can trust. I mean, like, one of the biggest veterans on this team coming in was Tyler Lockett, and he just walked out. So it's not like you've put a supporting cast around Ward that's going to lead to his success. Like, look at I think they should have got a veteran quarterback, somebody who's played games, who's been in wins, who can kind of coach Cam along. Instead, they bring in a guy who's been a backup his whole career. So it's just small decisions like that and the roster management where I start to question things. But I do think Ridley being out was a setback for Cam Ward. I do.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah, that's going to stunt your growth when your best wide receiver, who's the only veteran wide receiver other than Tyler Lockett,
Jefferson.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a veteran. He might not be great, but he's a veteran.
Yeah. All right. I'll give you that. He's a veteran.
It's just this was a perfect storm. You had a lot of rookies. You had not the best veterans on the team. You had holes that you knew you were going to fill and holes you didn't know you were going to fill. Like, this season felt like the perfect storm. Absolutely.
Yeah, we had bad play calling followed up by more bad play calling, and then they switched the play caller who has bad play calling ability. I mean, like, literally, I swear to God, he's still running the Brian Callahan offense because the outside screens haven't worked all season.
They need to stop that play.
They haven't worked all season, and the jet sweep to DK hasn't worked in 3 or 4 weeks because we run it twice a game every game.
I mean, when I see it coming in the stands, the defense knows it's coming.
Yeah. So
I think they should try another flea flicker. I think that flea flicker was real close last time. It was real close last time. I think we need more flea flickers. I really do.
Right.
Yeah, man. Questionable at best.
Sounds like we need Big Jeff at tight end more too.
Oh, jeez.
Big Jeff could just play every position and make us a better team.
He's probably got the best hands on the team.
Yeah, why didn't he start doing like what Travis Hunter does? Just play on defensive tackle and then come in. Come in at fullback.
Yeah, that's a lot of weight to carry across the line every time.
Yeah, no kidding. No, I'm joking. Yeah,
talking about Big Jeff, what about the jackass that broke into his house while he was in San Francisco?
Y'all see all the
memes? Like 6 of them, right? It was like 6 dudes. I mean, knew.
Come on. What the hell?
It had to be people he knew. That he said they went straight to the bedroom like they knew what they were looking for.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, that's
It's terrible.
They knew
people are terrible.
Be out of town.
People are terrible.
I don't get it, man. I don't understand why people are so why people suck so bad. I don't know.
Yeah. That's like one of our
Terrible.
fans stealing Jarvis's helmet at training camp. I mean, come on, people. Come on.
Can't stay out of the news for the wrong reasons.
So we threw a snowball at, or was that? No, that wasn't us, was it? Yeah,
yeah.
Was
Cam got a snowball thrown at him. Yeah.
Well, you expect that though. I mean,
yeah. This has been one of the most memorable yet forgettable seasons. Like we look and like I was listening to the radio today and they mentioned a player like Nick Vanette. Like he was here last. We were talking about Nick Vanette possibly becoming a staple on this. Like that's where we were at a year ago. Like it's crazy looking back to see. Like you thought you'd see this progression, and it just kind of fell flat on its face. But again, like I do think there's hope. You're gonna have a crap ton of draft picks. You're gonna have a crap ton of free agency money. Do you get a coach in here and just go for it next year? Do you just let Cam loose and bring in all the talents you can, and do you just spend every penny you got to see if you can open the window?
The way Bergonzi talking, he's not going to do that. He's slow rolling it and building pieces and trying to build something. I mean,
I will say there's not a whole lot of options out there.
Maybe one or two free agents, but I don't see him bringing in a bunch of free agents.
Okay, so somebody in the chat said 2 wins, and I know I hope they're at least kind of joking, but like, what do you see the ceiling as? I mean, how quickly can this turn around? And
you look at other teams; they could turn it around pretty quickly. I mean, teams have turned it around pretty quickly. It just depends on what coaching, players, and a lot of luck. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you look at the Chicago Bears. That's a really good example.
They turned it around.
We're talking about, because they did not look good. Caleb Williams did not look good. None of their teams just looked great. And then they had a couple good draft picks this year.
Yeah.
They installed a coach that hadn't proved himself, but came in and did the job, and did it well.
If we don't keep Ridley, I can see them bringing in another wide receiver, and I can see them bringing in a free agent corner.
So you go free agency at wide receiver, though?
Oh, you have to.
Do you just go get the best wide receiver available and just throw stacks of cash
or at least one that fits the
scheme
of our team, you know what I mean?
I mean, what is our scheme, though? That's the problem. We don't even know what our...
The new coach is going to have a whole new system next year, so...
Let's hope so.
So we're asking all these rookies to learn a whole new system again. New terminology.
You don't want to play in this system anymore because obviously this system is not working.
I agree. 100%. I agree. CJ said it too. Coaching matters, and I think that's probably the biggest. One of the biggest motivators of whether we're going to be a decent team or not next year is who we get as a coach, and. Obviously, I'm not good at picking coaches. Speaking of coaches, though, last week we had Slay on the sideline. This week we have Nagy, who has also been tied to the Titans. I'm not a huge fan, but a lot of people seem to like the idea. But, yeah, I would love George Pickens.
No, we don't need him.
Man, I'm so on the fence when it comes to players like that because I'm like, man, the talent.
Locker room chances. We don't need locker room chances right now.
The bullshit. I mean,
you know what? But here's the thing. You know what wins championships at the end of the day? It's talent. And there's been and you don't get to that point unless you've been there and you've done it. Like. There are a lot of prima donnas that we point to, but those prima donnas have rings. And at some point, if you're the Titans,
they're also in a good structured team that has good.
Exactly, you're right.
This team is not ready for a prima donna.
You have to have a culture. You have to have a culture, and that's where it starts. And you hope that the new coach can implement that. But if he can and he can do it quickly, I think you just go get the best talent. Like at least we'd have headlines. You know what I'm saying? Like if they can show up on the field, we're not talking about George Pickens if he's not good enough to be talked about. So, you know, yeah, there's some other stuff going on, but like I'm kind of with it. I'm at the point where I'm ready to win championships. And you don't do that unless you get the best players, no matter what they act like.
Exactly.
I mean, Jeffrey Simmons, you know, he's man of the year candidate, and he does a lot. He does a whole lot in the community, but he was a questionable pick when he got here because of his past. There's been some things on the field that we've called indiscipline, but you see that he's not going anywhere. So it's just you hope that culture is built and that these guys fit into it, but you got to go get the best players available, especially with a young quarterback.
And that's why I think the little birdie that's been in my ear keeps on saying Salas is going to be the new head coach.
It'll be an interesting.
He's a culture builder. The players love him, and he knows what he's doing. He's got experience as a head coach. And the whole situation he was in with the Jets, I don't put none of that on him. Because he was actually building something with the Jets. So I feel like he might be our new head coach next year.
And his defense did the Jets well 2 years after he was, or a year after he wasn't the head coach. So, but hey, stick around. About 40 seconds. We're going to throw some love to the sponsor. We'll be right back, and we'll get back into this thrilling conversation.
Yep. What's up, Titans fans? Maximus Titan fan here. Are you in need of professional excavation services? Look no further. Red Zone Builders has the expertise, experience, and equipment to handle all or any excavation project, big or small. Whether you need land clearing, site preparation, trenching, foundation excavation, or any other excavation services, they have you covered. Their team of skilled professionals will work diligently to ensure your project is completed safely, efficiently, and to your satisfaction. Trust the experts at Red Zone Builders to get the job done right.
All right. Told you it wasn't long. Scoob is having some more technical difficulties, it looks like. But that's okay.
I'm back.
Oh, hey.
My daughter was texting me, sorry.
Hey, so I saw another post today that kind of piqued my interest. So apparently Will Levis has not been in the building since the surgery that he had.
No,
that's correct.
Does that surprise you? Is that just the closing of the book? Like he's 100% gone? Are they looking at trades in the offseason? Like where are we at on the Levis situation?
I think that tells a lot. I think that says that he has already moved on in his mind. You know, he's trying to he knows he's auditioning for 31 other teams.
Is he even going to get a chance to audition though? Like do you keep him around during the preseason and try to get a trade for him? Do you just let him walk? Like how?
Oh no, you don't let him walk.
No. One more year on his contract.
They tend to let people walk though. Like that's the thing. Like they tend to just say out the door with you. Like I don't know. Right. I would hope they try to trade him, but
I understand. But I see I think there are people in the league who see a lot of potential in Will Levis, and if he is inserted into the correct situation, he could be a viable quarterback in the NFL.
I mean, you never know, man. Look at all these guys. After a couple of years, they change, man. They turn into good quarterbacks. I mean, there's multiple guys that done it.
Yeah,
a lot of former Titans players.
I think there are going to be people out there who would be willing to give up some sort of draft capital for Will Levis. So yes, I think you do keep him around. Try to move him during the draft or before the draft, obviously.
You might have to have him in training camp, though.
That's what I mean, does it surprise you he never came back? Like
no, because they shut him down for the whole year. So no, it doesn't surprise me.
Well,
if Big Jeff, God forbid, if he have a season-ending injury, does he not come back?
Probably not.
You see where you don't think Jeffrey Simmons is on the sideline with a season?
It depends on what his injury is, I guess. You never. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe.
I just think that we see a little bit like obviously he was hurt by them taking a quarterback number 1 overall, because that's essentially them giving up on him.
Right.
But Levis having the persona that he is this team guy and he's there to support whoever, I think it's very telling that he didn't come back. Because I think if you look at other leaders on this team, if Jeffrey Simmons got a season-ending injury, there's no way he's not on that sideline every single game. I would expect that. You're a leader. You're a guy that we look to. I mean, and if Will Levis wants to become that guy, I think other teams are going to look at the fact he didn't return and have some questions.
Hey, Bax, send Easton the link. He's trying to join.
Oh, and just to be straight, Will Levis did not. They did not give up on Will Levis, they did not shut down Will Levis this year. Will Levis shut down himself.
Okay.
Because he's the one who elected to have the surgery.
Right.
So, that's just it. So, yeah. I don't, and like you said, he talks a big talk about being a team first guy and all that stuff.
Right.
So.
And look what happened to him too. He thought he was going to be the guy, and then they drafted somebody. So.
Yep. What's up, Easton?
What's up, Easton?
Hey, there he is.
This is better. There we go, fellas.
Hey,
what's up, Easton?
You're just in time for Will Levis talk. That's where we've got to with this.
Oh my gosh.
Well, hey, it's great. I just had something come up, so I'm going to have to see y'all later.
All right.
I owe you guys an apology. I had a crazy night, was putting my daughter to bed, took longer than usual. So I'm sorry
it's
that
all good, man.
I'm a little late here, but I'm appreciative of you guys inviting me.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
we all have kids. We know how it is.
Very true. Very true. We were talking, though, about Cam Ward and his comments about wanting to be in on the coach search. I'm interested. I was really interested to find out what your views on that was.
Sure. We talked about it on the A to Z Sports Morning Show today. I'm not surprised one bit that he wants input. I don't really have any issue with him having input. If he wants to meet the guys that are real candidates to be his next head coach, that likely involves meeting the finalists, guys that make it to the second round of the process, because those are the guys they're going to actually bring in person. And so I'd imagine he'll be at the facility those days and he'll meet with them, and that'll be a part of the day's worth of interview for that guy, a meeting with Cam. And he's not hiring the coach, you know what I mean? So his input should be valued. If he has any legitimate reasons to be concerned about a guy for this reason or another, if he has any things that he really likes about a guy and wants to make those things clear to Mike and Chad, then I think that they should value that opinion. It's just all about balance, I guess. I think Cam should be one of the people. I think there should be a core on this team that has some form of input on this process. Jeffrey Simmons is certainly going to be consulted on it. Guys like Amani Hooker, who are under contract going forward and are veteran players, are likely to be consulted in some way on it. So Cam has been all year and is going to remain for at least another year or two everything to the team. He's all that matters. Everything that they do, and they say this themselves. Why did they fire Brian Callahan? Their bottom line answer was it was in service of Cam Ward's development. Now, that's a funny thing to say after you spent an entire offseason saying that you weren't going to fire a guy in service of Cam Ward's development. But even when they do things that you may think are contradictory or dumb, they are still explicitly in service of Cam Ward. And so if everything has to do with him working, then he needs to be involved in the process to get the next guy.
So I guess my question would be, let's say in a hypothetical world that Mike and Chad are in agreement on someone and Cam just feels that he is not going to mesh well with this coach. Is that a point where they look for somebody else? Do you think he has that amount of pull?
I think if Cam openly hates a guy, they won't hire him because again, whether that's right or wrong for Cam, like if he just dislikes the guy and has good reason to dislike him. First of all, I think this hypothetical really doesn't have, like, I hear what you're saying and I think the same thing, but if Cam hates the guy, Mike and Chad aren't going to like the guy. Like Cam's going to have a reason that they resonate with.
I hear you.
I think it's going to be a matter of they bring in 6 finalists. Cam meets with them, and those 6 guys on Cam's rankings rank from guy he loves all the way down to guy he likes. I don't think he's going to really hate any of these guys that they bring in, and I certainly don't think that they're going to consider hiring a guy that he hates. So I get what you're saying, and I guess there may be a world in which that kind of thing happens. But again, bottom dollar here is everything is in service of Cam. So if Cam hates the guy and has a reason, if Cam has a reason to hate the guy, so you know what I mean? Like Cam's not going to hate a guy just for no reason. He's going to have a reason.
Right. Maybe he doesn't like the system that the coach runs or something like that, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, though. Like, if a coach if his plan that he lays out for the hiring committee involves an offensive system that doesn't play to Cam's strengths, Cam is not going to be the only one that doesn't like him. You know what I mean?
I hear you. Yeah.
Very valid point. So another thing we were talking about a little bit is the Restrepo Oliver Oladipo comeback, I guess. I guess Ali Gay's mixed in there too, but I don't really care about him.
How dare you?
But I'm interested to get your opinion on if Oladipo is 100% healthy and it's your decision, do you put him out on the field?
Oh, if he's 100% healthy, absolutely.
That's the kicker, yeah.
He needs every snap that he can get. He's not going to get better without playing. I don't know how healthy he is. He broke his leg, so
yeah.
I'd imagine that's not I feel like there's, again, not a doctor. I feel like there's more gray area for returning from an injury that you're not quite 100% from when it comes to soft tissue things, ligament things. With a bone break, doesn't that feel kind of black or white?
Right.
I guess the only risk is that maybe the ossification of that fracture is still weak. Right. And so you risk refracturing, but it's an all or nothing. You're not going to tweak it. You know what I mean? Like with a hamstring, you come back, you might have a really terrible hamstring injury. You can come back, you can tweak it a little bit. With a bone break, you break it and then it heals to the point that you get a green light. And then you're either going to not break it or you're going to break it. It's very black or white. So I again, not a doctor. I would imagine they're not going to roll him back out there unless they feel pretty good about how that has healed. And he needs the reps, so I sure hope that he can play the rest of the year. I'd say he's probably a coin flip for this week. I don't. Right. Tomorrow we'll find out a lot more. And I've not heard anything this week, to be 100% honest with you. I do think he'll be back this season. I just don't know if it'll be for 3 games.
Right.
Yeah, makes sense. I mean, it really does. Why risk it? But also, he does need every rep he can get. As far as the other main point storylines that go along with this game, Gardner Minshew, we talked a little bit about that, him stepping in for. Why am I having a mental block?
Come on, Max.
Thank you. I was going to say, why am I having a mental block on his name? But Patrick Mahomes. And what that means to the Kansas City Chiefs, because we were talking kind of like, it's not just their starting quarterback, it's the guy who sets the culture for the team and how it's going to affect them not having that guy on the field with them.
Yeah, I don't know what to expect from this game, besides the fact that I just feel like the Titans are going to win and it's going to tick some people off. They're not. I don't think they're only I don't think that there's some shoe-in to win by any means, but I get a weird feeling that this game is going to be a win. It's like when you'd win a game as a kid against an adult who is clearly not trying. And you're like, please try. Like, this is not fulfilling to me to win this way. I want to either beat you or lose fair and square, but letting me win is really annoying. The way that the Chiefs
home win, Easton. We need a home win.
I mean, do you though?
Yeah,
yes,
exactly.
We do. Yes. Winning.
A real home win, sure. But if the entire Chiefs team, I mean, if half of the players are not playing because they're hurt and the other half are phoning it in because they're all on the beach. Are you going to feel good about it? Because I think there's a world in which Gardner Minshew looks awful. Cam Ward looks very up and down like he has for a lot of the year. The Titans win like 19-16. It's relatively a slop fest, and you don't feel great about anything besides the fact that they got a W. And then it's like, okay, well, like if they're going to win it all the rest of the year, it needs to be a fulfilling win. There needs to be something you can hang your hat on. Be like, oh, well, you kind of screwed your draft capital, but hey, can really build on this. This went really well.
Right.
You don't want to backslide into a win that you don't feel good about.
Well, and it's for something
too.
If the Chiefs win last week and Mahomes doesn't get hurt and they're still in playoff contention, I'm all about beating the Chiefs, keeping them out of the playoffs. Like that gives you might have a chance to keep the Jags out of the playoff. Like that's
and the Titans would have been 10.5-point underdogs at home. They are now
absolutely
3-point underdogs at home, and
I don't feel good about
every sharp bettor in Vegas has hammered that line down from 4.5 on Tennessee. They love.
Like I said earlier, Minshew has a decent record against us.
2-2. 2-2. Yeah. 4-2 if you count the backup games where he was just riding the bench or holding the clipboard.
So I guess the only other thing that there's two, I guess, points to the game, but the main point for me is motivation on both sides of the ball.
Sure.
A lot of people are going to question motivation when it comes to this point of the season when you're talking about a 2-win team that doesn't really have, there's a lot of guys I think that are on the team that might not give 100% effort or whatever, or people at least question that. And the same thing goes for Kansas City now that they're out of the playoffs. They've been in the playoffs since 2014. These guys are used to winning. And now that there's nothing really left for them to gain in the season, do they really put 100% into it? So 100% what you're saying about it, even if we win, do we feel good about the win because it was against a ragged Kansas City team? But to that, I say, yes, I do, because I celebrated the Cardinals win personally. I was walking around outside in front of I do this every time the Titans win, so my neighbors are used to it. But I literally walk up and down with the Titans flag in front of my house screaming, "Let's go Titans," every time the Titans win.
I love it.
And I did it when we won against the Cardinals. So, if that can get me off my couch, then yeah, any win against any ragged team in the NFL is going to make me happy.
I am never, ever going to begrudge a fan of a team wanting to win. No matter the circumstances. I think that there are times as a fan where it is acceptable to not want a win for reasons like plenty of Titans fans have right now. But that does not mean just because it's okay to not want the win for selfish reasons, for future reasons, does not mean that it's ever, I think, okay to give a fan a hard time for wanting a win. Right. It's all about where your priorities are. In terms of motivations, by the way, I think what's funny to me, like the inside baseball of it all, to be 100% honest with you, is the players are obviously always going to be motivated from a pride standpoint, from a we don't do this to lose standpoint. And in this case, for a lot of these guys who are likely to not be back, from a, oh crap, I'm going to have to get a job somewhere next year standpoint. That being said, I think there's a decent chance this thing starts to really fray. And I think you see signs of that, in what happened to Arden Key this week. That's just natural because everybody's motivations, their personal selfish motivations, continue to diverge each week. The coaches are interested in one thing. The young players that are a foundation of the team are interested in another thing. And the players that aren't a foundation of the team are interested in a third thing. So the players are one thing. They're gonna try, but I wonder if they're going to try by rowing in the same direction or try. You worry about guys becoming kind of independent contractors out there. From the coaching standpoint, here's the inside baseball of it that I think is funny. Last year when the coaching staff felt relatively safe, we talk about tanking. And it's the reality is no team, no player, no coach is ever trying to lose games. And that's generally true. But at the very end of last year, the coaches, Brian Callahan and his staff that felt good about being back the following year and knew the importance of getting the first overall pick to get the quarterback. The reality was the reality in terms of what the stakes were in those final two games, certainly the final one game. and the motivations are what they are. Like, I don't have to spell it out for you. It's pretty obvious, right? They're not throwing a game, like they're not fixing it, but there are different motivations at play. With these last couple games for the same crew without Brian Callahan, their motivations, and this is not really speculation so much as it is just obvious, and like I know it for a fact, their motivations are to win as many games as possible to screw the Titans out of the top pick. Like, what, you think Nick Holtz doesn't want to win out just to keep the Titans, make the Titans pick 11th?
That's a good point. Yeah,
of course he does. Wouldn't you? I would. Of course you would. Like a nice little parting gift for when you're about to get fired. So, and obviously it doesn't hurt when you can say like, hey, we as a coaching staff, we kept. Look at how hard we tried at the end of this miserable situation. We won out. We didn't give up. So you can sell that to your next employer as well. But it is absolutely an element of it to be like, nice knowing you guys. Here's the 12th overall pick in the draft.
So with saying that, and this is like my curiosity about your draft knowledge. So what's the difference in, say, a number 1 overall pick and a number 4 pick for the Titans? I mean, is Mendoza obviously he's going to be the favorite, I would think, heading into it. I mean, how much do you think these teams are willing to move up to the number 1 versus trading back a number 4 if that's what the Titans choose to do?
The teams that want a quarterback are going to be desperate to get there. Now, the bad news is, and I've been saying this since the bye week on the morning show, the A to Z morning show, is when I planted my flag, put my stamp on the Raiders will get the first pick because they are clearly the worst team in the NFL. I felt that way then. I think everybody agrees with that by now, at least. Like, the Raiders are extra special, stupid, and bad. And so, like, they're in position to get it. I think that they are going to earn it. So some team is going to be out of luck because the Raiders are going to stick there, and I think they're going to stick and take Mendoza. It's still very early. A lot can happen. I hope a lot does happen because that's the boring version of events here, right? Like, The Raiders are the worst. They stay the worst. They get the pick. They make the pick. That's boring to the rest of us. It's not boring to Vegas fans. It's boring to us. If the Titans were to get it, or the Giants, any other team that doesn't need it, doesn't want to use it on a quarterback, teams like the Raiders, the Jets, the Rams, the Steelers, the Cardinals, the whoever, not the Saints actually. That's basically all of them that I just named. I think they're going to the Browns. I knew I was forgetting something. The Browns. Mm-hmm. They're going to pay through the nose for that pick. Like, it will be a very, very significant 2016-esque haul, like the Titans got from the Rams that year. What was it? A pair of firsts, pair of seconds, and a third, something like that. Is a very significant trade. And so it's a very big deal for the Titans. And if they end, like, the worst case scenario, if the worst case scenario for them is like that they just have to pick Arvell Reese, that's a really nice worst case scenario because you still get a phenomenal player. But there's a very big difference between them finishing first and finishing 4th or 5th.
Yeah.
Yep, and I also would. I mean, I'm sure everybody's in agreement that most of this season, the rest of the way out, is all about evaluation. But it's extremely hard to evaluate with the state of things. I mean, it really is. The rookies are playing good, but if we're being real, like I mentioned earlier, our leading receiver has like 500 yards, 520 yards, whatever. And he's a tight end. So how does that, benefit our quarterback? And how are we going to go into this offseason and make that better? Because honestly, I don't really see any great free agent wide receivers out there. And the draft this year, I was going to say the draft this year, I don't see a clear number 1 wide receiver in that either.
Well,
so
I don't know. I like Lemon, man.
Kyle Lemon and Carnell Tate are top of the list. Tyson from out west is in that camp as well. There are some guys this happens every year. Every time we think that a year might be kind of down in terms of receivers, just the reality of the modern NFL, they always end up rising. Like, what did we think of, Ted McMillan at this time last year? We liked him as a college player. Did he seem like an alpha? Well, he's gotten into the NFL, and he's been an alpha a lot of Sundays.
Yeah. Kind of proving that point. Yeah, so, all right, that's a very good point, and I hope you are right that we can find an alpha in the draft or free agency, either way.
Yes.
Because we definitely need somebody to be his number one. And we also need that escape outlet like Helm or, I don't know, Spears. I don't know if he can
it's not
stay
Spears.
healthy or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, so we'll kind of wrap everything up with what do we have any score predictions or bold predictions about the game or anything like that at this point?
No, I did want to ask Easton one question before we got off.
Sure.
That's all right. Easton, I've been doing a lot of studying on Salas, and what do you think his chances really are of being our new head coach? Because right now I think he is the number one candidate in my eyes for the head coach of the Titans.
Yeah, I think Robert Saleh. It's you're talking about, right? Robert Saleh.
Yes.
He has a very strong candidacy for any head coaching opening this year. I think that he's going to be pretty sought after. I know that he actively wants a job.
Too.
I agree. I think that he's exactly the kind of guy the Titans need. I wrote about that at A2ZSports.com a month ago at this point.
Your writing is what made me change my mind about him.
Well, there we go. So we then sounds like we're in agreement. If you agree with me from a month ago.
Yes, sir.
All right. Link, you got any other questions?
No, yeah, I'll go score prediction. I think it's interesting that Easton's feels like Titans could get this one done. I just don't know if I'm there yet. I can't put that much trust in him yet.
I hope you're right.
I do think Minshew plays a pretty not a awesome game, but a decent enough game to be able to get something done on Tennessee's secondary. I'm kind of with him though. This is kind of a scrum. It's going to be one at the line of scrimmage. I like the prediction 16 or 17-13 Chiefs, somewhere around that range.
Okay. I would love for you to be right on that.
Yeah, maybe my 50, baby.
Yeah, I don't know if the Titans are going to win or not, but I will give kind of I think a bold prediction because I've thought it a couple times this season that it was going to happen and he got close, but it didn't happen. I think Cam will throw for 300 yards this game.
Oh, wow. There we go.
I think it's because we're trying to come from behind most of the game. So,
yeah, who's your lead receiver, Max? Okay, if you're making bold prediction, 300 plus yards, who's your lead receiver?
Just Chimere DK.
Okay.
Right off the tongue. Yeah, Chimere DK. It's got to be, man. He hits that deep ball instead of overthrows him or underthrows him.
I think he has a big shot of getting a punt return against the Chiefs.
He might.
Awesome.
That's another rookie that could be breaking some records this year, which I'm really excited about.
Oh, do you think Chimere DK is all pro this year, or rookies just don't get all pro? From what I hear.
Oh, I think he'll get it.
You think he'll get it?
I think he has to get it.
Right.
Yeah, I do. I think he'll get it. I hope he gets it. He deserves it.
I think him and Big Jeff should be all pro this year.
Jeff absolutely should. I feel less good about him because that's just the nature.
And I feel like Gray is on the fence.
He's been really good. There's some other really talented linebackers in the AFC, but he has been a really nice success story for them.
When you talk about effort and people that are still giving 100%, like you have to look to Cedric Gray. Like that dude is out there. That dude is out there killing it. So he's been one of the only bright spots this season, but I'm excited to see how that progresses for sure.
Agreed.
All right, well, guys, good show, good stuff.
Thanks for joining us, Easton. I appreciate
you so much. Yeah.
Thank you guys for having me. Thanks for letting me join late.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
Hey, anytime you want to come on the show, man, just hit me up. We'll have you on, brother.
All right, sounds good.
Appreciate it.
All right, well, thank you, and until next time, as I always say, tighten up.
Tighten up.
Out.
Peace out.